So now I have another question for you. This morning I had the question, did you have fun at Hofbrauhaus? The question is, how many Pittsburgh Penguin fans are in the house? Come on. So how many Pittsburgh Penguin fans, since they are our technology sponsor, fans are in the house? Okay. That's more like it. Thank you. The man here who is representing the Pens is someone who knows all about things like hat tricks and power plays, and there's all kind of hockey things that I don't know, but he certainly does. So it is my great pleasure to introduce to you their Senior Director of Technology, Erik Watts. Erik?
Everyone, how are you? Good, good. How's your hockey terminology? Pretty good? Yeah, good, because we're going to do a real quick short shift line change here. So I want to come out and say that I'm really, really excited to be here, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are thrilled to be the technology partner for SATE and TEA. And you know, it's quite an honor to come out and to speak with everyone here and to kind of get to meet the folks here. So what I want to do first is introduce the technology chair, Paul Kent. And like I said, we're going to do a short shift change, and I'll talk for a little bit longer. So, Paul?
Hey, that's good. Hi, I'm just going to talk very quickly about what we tried to do this year for technology. Previous years, we've done bits and pieces. But this year, we're going to bring you stuff. Hopefully to make you think and give you an opinion, but we're trying to bring you stuff that hasn't been done before. So to get you thinking about what you want to do with it over the next 4 to 5 years, or longer, or shorter if you don't like the stuff. So it's not really going to be much about case studies. We're going to talk about precision, we're going to talk about engineering. We're not going to delve too deeply into real science, although we get a bit close every now and again. So with that said, I'm now going to hand you back to Erik, who's going to talk about the technology involved at the Pens. Thanks.
Did you miss me? All right, so I bet you're all sitting there wondering what the heck a guy from a hockey team is going to talk about technology for. And that's an interesting topic. So we like to set ourselves apart from being just a hockey team, and we're really a lot more than that. And how that all starts is really with the culture of the organization. So let me take you back a little bit and talk a little bit about how this got started and why we find ourselves being more of a technology-focused organization today than we were in the past. So before the construction of the Consol Energy Center, the organization went through a rebranding, and we really wanted to figure out who we were, what our brand was, and how we were to position ourselves. And we worked with some organizations to kind of figure that out. And one of the first things we did is we compared ourselves to some of the other local sports teams. And when we did that comparison, what we found was if you look at a team like the Steelers, one of the analogies they used is if you could have an animal that represents the Steelers, what would it be? That animal was a grizzly bear, you know, big, tough, in-your-face kind of brand. Where when they went through and did the Penguins were like a cheetah or a panther, something sleek and agile and quick. Same thing with a car analogy. So we went through a process and kind of tried to figure out if you were a car and you were the Pittsburgh Steelers, what would you be? And what we came up with was like a Hummer, you know, something again big and bulky. And with the Penguins, we came up with a Jaguar, again sleek and energetic. So having that information, you know, kind of the theme we came up with for the organization is drive, energy, and innovation. Drive and energy makes sense. You know, it's a hockey team, it's a sports team. For those of you who watch hockey, you know that it's a fast-paced game. A lot of movement, a lot of hitting, a lot of energy. Drive as well. Innovation, that wasn't something that a lot of people saw and thought, yeah, that's a hockey team. So how did we shape that culture to bring innovation into the fold? And that really starts at the top. So our CEO, David Morehouse, and our COO, Travis Williams, really are to credit for driving most of this. And their thought and their process is that we want to be the best. We just don't want to be a hockey team. Obviously we want to win the Stanley Cup every year. Obviously we want to have MVPs and the best players on our team every year, but we also want people to think about us as an organization that is cutting edge. So with the building of Consol Energy Center, with the, as the season progresses, with the way that we present ourselves and the way that we market our brand, it's really been important to us that drive and energy are there, but also innovation. So to take you through some of the things that we do to make sure that our identity with the brand stays with innovation is we split the business and the sports side from a technology perspective. So if you think about sports is kind of easy to figure out. Analytics mostly, figuring out what players are going to do from certain positions, figure out what your odds are from certain aspects of the ice or in certain plays. From the business perspective, it's a little more interesting. So if someone were to ask me what's most important to me about being Senior Director of Technology with the Pittsburgh Penguins, I'm assuming most of you would think that my job is to drive revenue. Actually, and hopefully there are no Penguins executives here, I don't care if we make a dime. Makes no difference to me whatsoever. The money will come. What's important to me is that I know when you come to a hockey game, when you come to our arena, you're spending a lot of money, you're looking for an experience, and we want you to have a great time. So what I'm focused on is making that experience as excellent as possible. So from the time you leave your couch until the time the last whistle's blown and you're heading out to your car, I want you to feel that you've got your value for your money, that you've had a great time, and it's an experience that you want to do again. So it's really important to me that we incorporate things in technology to make sure that happens. That being said, we consider ourselves a technology incubator. What's that mean? We have an interesting setup. We have an interesting way of being able to have a production environment that allows people to come in and test their ideas. So we partner with a lot of different organizations, a lot of different groups, a lot of different people looking for the best and the brightest. Some of you may be aware that we recently held a call to action in Pittsburgh through the Pittsburgh Technology Council, asking local Pittsburgh companies to pitch us their best ideas. Pitch us an idea, 100 words or less, or a 3-minute video as to how you can help the Penguins be innovators and really shine in the technology area. And we got a lot of entries. We're actually going through those entries as we speak and are about to move to a next stage, which will bring some of those folks back to our organization and give them an opportunity to pitch at a little deeper level. So reaching out and finding those folks who are interested in partnering with us, interested in taking an idea from out of their head into putting it into production, we really see ourselves as having that type of environment. So we really like to bring those folks in and let them incubate their ideas within our environment. So how do we do that, and what's it look like from behind the scenes? So as you come into the arena, obviously you see the huge center hung video boards. You see the 900 plus TVs that are throughout the arena showing dynamic content. You see the interactives, you see the dasher boards, you see the ribbon boards with all of the different content coming at you. What's it take behind all of that to make this happen? It's interesting to think about our infrastructure because our infrastructure from a business perspective supports about 300 people, but our infrastructure from an entertainment perspective supports 18 to 25,000 people. So it changes. It fluctuates depending upon the event that's going on, who's there, and what's happening. So we've built the arena so that it's extremely complex and extremely flexible so that we can host. This weekend we have the Hillman Cancer Gala going on. So a fairly small event, but fits perfectly in our arena. We also have sold out concerts, hockey games, basketball games, things of that nature. So having that infrastructure in place is really, really important. Where that starts for us is just a solid network and a solid backbone. So I'm not going to bore you with the technical details. We're actually we're getting close to question time here, so I won't bore you with those details. What we're going to do here now is open it up for Q&A, and I have a little bonus. If you ask a question, I have something for you. So I can't see you, so I'm going to need some help. Hey, better, all right. Questions, who has questions? Over here. How do I define innovation? From a professional standpoint, cutting edge, doing things that are exciting. From a personal standpoint, doing stuff that's really cool, something that people haven't done before. So, first question, have a hat. I'm glad you enjoyed that because I was going to bring a hockey stick and shoot him out there. That would have been bad. I've got more hats and more stuff, so more questions? Right there in the center.
What do you do to get people out of their phones?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I don't know that we really have an answer for that. So getting people out, we call, and I'm sure we didn't make this up, we call our fans the heads down fans because they basically are sitting like this all the time. And we go through our office, and I don't know if any of you have been in our office. We have pictures all over the place of different scenes throughout hockey. And we challenge people, find me one picture that doesn't have a fan like this. You've got a guy holding a Stanley Cup over his head with a whole team around him and somebody sitting like this. Blows my mind. To answer your question more fully, we actually try to embrace that. We know that people are going to have their heads down. We know that people are going to use their phones. So we really have a really well-built app that gives you information as much as you want or as little as you want. We've done instant replays, we've done video, we keep stats on there, we do other games, things of that nature. So we try to make it comfortable for you regardless of how you want to watch the game. If you want to watch the game on a 5-inch screen, God bless you, please do, and we'll help you do it as best we can. All right, so how about a backpack? I'll just apologize ahead of time for anybody that gets hit. Other questions? Up there in the corner. I don't know if I can throw that far.
So what are some of the other things that you do to engage your guests? You said from the moment they get off their couch
Yep.
until they get to your...
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you kind of how we think about things. So I like to think about from the time you get off your couch, maybe you're checking the app to see what's going on, when the game time is, maybe get some parking information, maybe get some information about ticketing or gates. You get to the arena, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview of what's happening over the next year and a half. We're starting to use beacon technology around the arena, and basically what we're starting to do is we're starting small, we're growing bigger. So what's coming soon is the ability to, once you get close to the arena, we're going to tell you where the parking is, what's full, what's available, what's starting to fill up. When you come into the arena, you're going to be welcomed in one way or another. Now, it's real important to me that we don't bug you. So I'm not going to send you a message, welcome to the arena. Well, I know I'm at the arena. I want it to be something more exciting than that. So what we did for the playoffs last year is we actually had a personalized message from a player that played in video on your phone as you came into the arena. So, getting fans excited about those types of things. Once you get into the arena, helping you find your seats, helping you maybe upgrade your tickets if you want to get a ticket upgrade, helping you find concessions or retail. And to go even a little deeper, we're starting to get into customer profiling. So understanding what it is you like about your experience and marketing to you better. So maybe we understand that you come to 15 games a year, and every game you come to between the second and third period, you go and grab a hot dog and a hot cocoa. It would be great if we could pop a coupon for you, so maybe the next hot cocoa is on us. So those types of things are what we're thinking about whenever we think about engaging fans. So I'm going to try to get this up to you. I might need some help. That's not even close. All right. Other questions? Right down here? Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so many people don't know this. I work for the Penguins, but I live in Orlando, Florida, so I go to a lot of Tampa games, and I spend a lot of time, kind of looking at other arenas as well to see what they're doing. So again, some some exciting things that are coming in the future that we haven't really announced yet. We've been playing around with the idea of turning the arena red for a goal. So basically, flash the phones red, flash all the TVs red, flash the the center hung, the pucks that go down into the AE gate. So doing things like that. We've also started to play around a little bit with RF bands that people wear on their wrists. So being able to strobe or flash those red for a goal, or during opens and things of that nature. So yeah, we're definitely playing with those types of things. Other questions right here? Yep. Great question. So we do a lot of different things because fan feedback is extremely important to us. So one of the things we do that I think is the most effective is we have fan forums. So every quarter we invite fans into the arena to sit down with us and talk to us. What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? How can we do things better? We have customer service kiosks throughout the arena so that people can stop by when they're having an issue or they have a suggestion right then and there. And you mentioned analytics. So we also are deep into analytics. So from a Beacon perspective, we're looking at analytics. From a ticket perspective, we're looking at analytics. From a retail merchandise and a food and beverage perspective, we're looking at analytics. We want to understand what people are doing and then cater to you. Again, we know you're spending a lot of money to come out and watch a hockey team, so we want to make sure that your experience is awesome. Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, over here.
Have you ever considered doing some kind of a pre-game experience, engaging people earlier, or do you want that in the arena only for the tournament games?
No, and we do on some occasions, a lot of times around special events. So hockey, just like any other sport, has its ups and downs. So the beginning of the season in October is usually a really big up for us. Everybody's excited to get started. And then pretty much November, December, January, it starts to slide back a little bit. Hockey, if you're not a really deep fan, is a difficult sport to watch. I liken it to soccer. It's a lot of rules, a lot of things going on. So if you're not invested in it, it's difficult to watch. So we watch our fan base kind of take a down curve during that time. It's not that they're not interested, they're just not watching as much. But when the All-Star game comes around, when the playoffs come around, then we really start to get people excited, and we try to build that up. So we do, we'll have like fan fests and things of that nature before the games. A lot of times we'll do tailgate parties or things like that. But yes, definitely. All right, I've got a couple more. I think I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more hats and 1 more bag, so 6 questions. Right here?
When the team goes and plays another stadium,
Mm-hmm.
is there a programming experience for that? And if so, how does it differ? You defer to the other stadium and let them manage it, the other arena?
Yeah, so two answers to the question. Again, a good question. From a programming standpoint, not really. We are doing things with geofencing now. So what we'll be able to do is people that have our app, if you go to the Flyers arena, you'll get messaging from us. So basically, we'll tell you where the tailgate parties are. We'll maybe give you some loyalty points or something like that. But as far as programming between two teams, we never put another team in a bad position, and they don't do the same for us. We never tried. You want to pump up the crowd. You want to get people excited. You want to incite rivalries and things like that. But you don't want to do anything that is just not on brand. And we never try to do anything that would make any other team or any other player look bad. There you go. Wow, it's getting worse as I go on. Who's next? I can't see you, but go ahead. Oh, there you are. I got you.
So, Erik, part of what you're talking about is technology and developing your arena.
Mm-hmm.
You're a sports team. You need to win.
Mm-hmm.
Do the players come to you and ask you to do certain things, or things you're working towards to actually pump up the players as much as it pumps up the crowd?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can't see you, but I know that voice. Good to see you, Larry. So yeah, fantastic. So we do. So we do have a decent relationship with the players, although we try to respect their space as well. They're human beings, so we try not to pester them on making the experience surround them. So the biggest request we get from them is music. When they come out for warm-ups before the game, they want the music so loud it'll make your ears bleed. And we actually spend a lot of time working with those guys. I'll share a funny story with you, and I'll try to censor it a little bit. But I worked on an audio system with some of the players, and in particular, they're not here anymore, so I can mention them. So Matt Cook and our old goalie Johnston, who you remember from the knockout punch, came to me and said, we want to upgrade the audio. I said, well, so what are you thinking? Well, we want some subwoofers. Okay, we can do some subwoofers. What kind do you want? Where do you want to put them? And Matt Cook came to me, and I'll censor this, and said, I want the bass so low I'm going to crap my pants. We can do that. So yeah, we do get requests from the players to kind of get them excited. One of the things that I enjoy, as we're getting pregame ready to go, and some of you have probably seen this on TV, or maybe you've got to experience it, they do a little soccer game outside the locker room, and just to watch them. One of the things I forget is their kids. They're 24 and under, 25 and under, and they're having a great time. Just to see that excitement and to see them getting ready and getting pumped for doing something that they love, it's really cool and really exciting. So have a hat. Other questions? Go ahead. What kind of staff do we have? So I'm in charge of the IT proper staff and then the production staff for the technical operations. So our staff is about 4 folks on the IT side and 4 folks on the production side, and then we bring in union labor whenever we need them for cameras and things of that nature. So not huge, but big enough. There you go. I didn't want to throw it while you weren't looking. All right, I've got 3 more hats in 57 seconds. One more question, and then I'm just going to toss the last 2. Go ahead, right here.
Just a quick one. How much challenge does the NHL present to what you want to do in terms of from a rights point of view?
From a rights point of view, not too much of a challenge. I mean, obviously they have the rights to a lot of the media and the things that are happening there, so they're pretty open with us. It's just like working with any other organization. You have areas in which you agree on and areas in which you don't. We found ourselves in a pretty interesting position where we tend to be on the forefront of what's going on. So a lot of times they're not telling us we can't do something or can't use something. They're asking us, how did you do that? We'd like to do that for other people. So it's been pretty good. There you go. How do I think the Penguins are going to do this year? I think they're going to be fantastic. So thank you, everybody. Here's a couple more hats.